What's going on, Pookster? Today I want to share with you the ultimate step-by-step guide that I would take to start a brand new dropshipping store and scale to $1,000 a day or more in the fastest amount of time if, God forbid, the IRS finally audits me or my gold-digging Latino wifey freezes all my bank accounts and leaves me with only $1,000 to make back my dropshipping fortune. We got to be frugal penny pinchers here, people. So I'm going to talk about which tools are necessities to invest in to find winning products, how I would build my high converting product pages while still being on a budget, and how I would test as many products as possible without having a wasted dollar in ad spend. So let's first talk about how I would find winning products. Now, obviously, I love the different tools out there like PP Ads, Manea, AdSpy, but they cost a lot of schmeckles. I mean, individually, each one alone is going to cost you a minimum of $50 a month, and we don't have that kind of scratch. I mean, we're brokies, we're poor. So we need to find out where we can save costs, and I believe the first place to do that is through using free methods to find our winning products, because there is plenty of great ways. Now, for me, my two favorite ways of finding winning products for free is through Temu and the TikTok burner method. So let's cover how to do both of those right now. So let's hop on over to Temu, and we're going to go through the different niches, the different categories, and see what products stand out to us completely for free. Now, my criteria is heavily based on selling problem-solving products that have high perceived value, great margins, and proven order validation. So at least 30 grand a month in sales. So obviously, I can't use a tool like Jungle Scout to validate, the sales demand, but we can see, hey, 44,000 sold on this unit, 66,000 on this product. So we can get a decent idea of what the sales are. So I would just multiply, 100K times 20, and then that will tell you, are we above 30K? Yeah, I mean, that's 2 million in this case. Then we are definitely good. So I'm going to first start with 5-star rated, but you can go to bestsellers, you can go to the different niches. I would recommend trying all of them so that you figure out which method actually gives you the most winning products for your time. So as we scroll down here, I like this mirror. So what I tend to do is I'll just open the link and then I'll go back to keep scrolling to keep my momentum rolling. Now, obviously a few of these products are going to be very, very saturated. So as we scroll on down, we just want to see what catches our eye. I like this foot massager. I like this lamp. Whoa, where'd the lamp go? This little ceramic home decor vase I think is really interesting. It's got a good perceived value. Scrolling on down, anything else catching the eye besides all the ass cheeks? Jeez Louise, this video is going to get age restricted so fast, and it's not because of my charming good looks.
Even though this jawline, I mean, it is a lethal weapon in the wrong hands.
Now, if we keep on scrolling down, let's see if there's anything else. I like this little cozy chair, home decor, great perceived value. I mean, this could easily be a $200 product. So it doesn't necessarily have to be the biggest problem solver. As long as it fits criteria, it's got the order volume for me, then that also would be something I'd consider testing. But I do like problem solvers, so we got this. Now, it is kind of woo-woo, but it does solve a key problem for people of losing weight. Now, does it actually work? I would have to do my own research. I don't want to sell something to people that doesn't actually work. So if we look through the reviews, we can clearly see people do like the product. Yeah, they notice the difference. So I guess it does work. I mean, I guess if you do 10 sets of horsing around on this product, then maybe you can lose a pound or two here and there, but it's an interesting product, especially if there's demand. I'm not here to judge people on what they buy. If they're buying products, I'm going to be the one that sells it to them. We got the weight loss hula hoop. That's another great winning product, but we can see here another listing for the same product. So that would tell me that there is a chance it is saturated and we don't want to sell it. So if I see the same listing over and over and over again, that's usually, okay, a bit of a red flag, too much competition. But obviously you can go to the different categories and just see what stands out to you. Now, there are certain niches I like more than others, and if you want to know which ones I prefer, then take a look at this video right here where I cover my 15 favorite niches. Now, one of my favorites from that video was the hair care niche. So we're going to go to top sales real quick and we're going to see what is popping off. Now, a lot of these products, hella saturated. They've been around for years and years and years. All the curling brushes. Now, this nose trimmer, haven't seen too many people trying to sell that. It's usually more the curling irons. So see if anything is a little bit different today, because you want to get to the point where you've done this a few times so you have the pattern recognition of knowing, oh yeah, I've seen this product a million times. I've seen this product a million times. So now that you're able to know these products, when something new is starting to make sales and is starting to trend, then you're like, oh, that's the product I need to be selling right now. And of course, yeah, the Bleem Crystal Hair Eraser, yeah, that has been absolutely tapped to the max, so we don't want to sell that. But is anything catching the eye? I'd say this 4-in-1 electric shaver, I haven't seen too many people trying to sell. I like that it's very versatile. That increases perceived value. The fact you can do it everywhere in your face. And it's a good looking design. It looks high quality too. Got good reviews, clearly got tons of sales. So this could be a very interesting product to sell as well if I did the research and I realized, okay, the perceived value of this product is around that 29 to 34 range. Now, our next method is the TikTok burner method, where you're going to look up common keywords on TikTok organic dropshipping videos so that you can like, comment, share, and basically train the good boy TikTok algorithm to show you more dropshipping products for free. Now, what are these different keywords you can use? You can do my wife's boyfriend. And as we look that up, we can see the top videos, which we are going to like, we are going to favor, and then we're going to comment on around 20 of these different videos. So then again, we train TikTok that yes, we are an NPC bot that just wants to buy products. And if you're looking for other keywords, if you go onto these accounts, they're usually, again, TikTok organic accounts that are going to be doing a lot of the trends that other TikTok dropshippers are using. So you can go to this page and you can see, oh, they're doing that keyword. Therefore, I should use that in the search bar to find more similar dropshipping products. Now, I've already done this process. So if we go to my actual feed, this is where the real magic happens, where as you can see, first video, it finally came. Now, what came? Because it's not me, I'll tell you that. I would have had to clean up on aisle my pants. Loofah Lukes. What on earth is this? Okay, that seems useless. And Roblox. Okay, now the next one, TikTok made me buy it. Okay, cool. Let's see. CarPlay screen. This is a winning product. It's a high perceived value, good problem solver. People love this. It's compatible with every single car. I love this product. It is a clear winner. So this is a great way again to find winning products. Now as we scroll on down, yeah, prototype versus product. Let's see. TikTok made me buy it. Yeah, they always do something stupid in the hook, and then boom. Okay, so yeah, it's just a charging electric case. I mean, I honestly have one of those on my phone right now. They're very useful. I mean, I would buy it. If you don't have this, I mean, I think you're an absolute noob, especially if you're going to concerts, if you're traveling. I mean, it's like double the battery. You're an idiot if you don't have it. All right, next video. Oh God, it's some dropshipping guru, Nikolai Peterson. 0 to 19 million in 3 years. Yeah, right, bud. Okay, now let's scroll on down. Or I should have bought the TV and said this was cheaper. Okay, let's see. Okay, so there we go. Galaxy projector. I can't believe people are still selling this. Maybe it's a different version of it that is a newer, cheaper, more affordable model. I could see that being a nice play if that's the case, because it is a little bit of a more expensive product, but it's home decor. It's very visual. These types of products work very well. But as you can see, every single video on my feed is a new trending winning product that is now picking up traction right now. So that is a great way to find winning products for free. Now, once I've gathered a list of products, I need a spreadsheet to host all the key important data about them, like the supplier link, the COGS, and if it actually matches my criteria. So if you want access to this spreadsheet that I've been using for years now, then comment spreadsheet down below and I'll send you the link completely for free. And as you can see, so we have different products. I have an AliExpress supplier link. Here's the ad, or the place I actually found the video for this product. And then scrolling to the right here, the COGS, the selling price, and then if it matches my criteria. So my criteria is it needs to have a gross profit percentage of 65%. It needs to have a margin of at least $25. And then here are the other main things of, does it have low returns? Does it appeal to impulse purchasers? Does it have good enough content for me to use in ads? Proven sales demand? Is it an evergreen product? And can I potentially brand it? And that's exactly how you find winning products without having to spend a dime. Your boy Uncle E has got you. Now, on the website side of things, this is where a few of those hard-earned clams are going to have to go, because your website is vital to nail down. So for me, I want to spend $150 of my budget on the Shrine theme. Now, I'm not partnered in any way. I am not bought out. I am not some FBI goon. I truly believe, though, that this theme is the key to getting a higher product success rate, because it is so hard to make a bad performing website on here. It has all of the sections, the customizations. It's incredibly fast in terms of the loading speed. So I do prefer this over a free theme. Now, in your world and your $1,000 a day challenge, sure, you can use a free theme if you really want to save those clams and then put that budget towards testing a product. But $150 realistically, that's about testing 2 products, I would say, if you're really on a budget. And I'd rather put that money into just having the right website theme that I know is going to convert from day one. Now, there are going to be some other expenses. Like if you use the link down below to sign up for Shopify, you can actually get it for $1 a month. So that's only going to be an extra $1, nothing too crazy there. But then let's get into apps. Now, LAI is my favorite review section app because you can customize reviews and import them from Amazon. It's way better than any other review app. And on the plan that I use, I believe it costs about $12 a month. Now, other apps that are going to cost you a little bit of money, Kaching and BundleBear, those two together, about $25 a month. Then Flash Page Speed Optimizer, this is going to make sure your website is loading as fast as possible to increase your conversion rate. I believe it's about $20 a month. Then going down, Section Store is a free app, but you can buy custom sections. So on this product page right here, I bought this Trustpilot section for about $9. Each section costs about $9. So if you buy 2 or 3 key ones, that's going to be about $27 extra. Then finally, I'd have a currency converter like Bucks, which is completely free to have. And then going down this list, I do recommend having AutoDS for importing products. They have some free trials available, so that's going to be completely free for the first 30 days. And scrolling down, TrackyPal, all these other apps, while they're great to have, I love them, they're not necessities. necessities if I was on that $1,000 budget. But once you choose your product, like this water filter shower head, then all of these sections really are mainly from Shrine, and that's why I love it so much. So we have the emoji benefit section here. Now this is Bundle Bear. This announcement banner at the top, I really love. This costs $9 using the sections.store. And then again, the Trustpilot section here, which adds a ton of social proof, costs $9, which I definitely believe is worth it. Now here, we have a nice little multi-column. As you can see, we have 3 different columns that explain how the product works, but you could also use this for social proof. So I could change this to, here's 3 pictures of customers loving my product, and have a little headline on each one as to a quick summary as to why they love the product. Then here, comparison. I love doing comparisons between my product and common alternatives to really paint the value of it and why it's so much better. Now with the actual description here, I just put this in the Shopify description section. And if you're wondering, okay, how do I write a good converting description? Well, I personally will do a mix of going to Amazon, and I have plenty of videos that cover my exact process, but I usually will start with having a Word document where I will add reviews from Amazon, and then I'll use ChatGPT to summarize those reviews and ask key questions to get the meat of my copywriting and my product description. So as you can see right here, I use this prompt and I add all of my top reviews, and we get some juicy headlines, some benefits, the problems. And really for me, this gets me about 80% of the way there. Now I'm going to tweak some things, work it out, mold it, massage it together, and then we'll have a great description and some great inspiration for our ads. All right, quick timeout. I know you're enjoying today's video, but if you are looking for the fastest way to shortcut the learning curve of dropshipping and scale your dropshipping brand from 0 to $1,000 a day in the next 90 days, especially if you've been doing this for a few weeks, months, or years and you're still losing money, then you need to have a one-on-one coach. So thankfully, we have a few spots open if you want to work with my team and I one-on-one, so that we can help you choose the right products instead of wasting time and money on the wrong products, and also just give you our winning product page templates that have generated over 7 figures in sales, and teach you how to create irresistible offers for all the products that you're going to be selling. And finally, we're going to teach you how to create winning ads for any product that you sell, so that you know how to make a product into a winner rather than praying that your next test is going to be a winner. We also offer 6 calls a week plus 24/7 messaging with a dedicated one-on-one coach, so that you get all the accountability and support you're ever going to need to scale from 0 to $1,000 a day, like our students Matt, Tim, and so many others that have scaled from 0 to 5, 10 grand days. And on top of all that, we do have a guarantee where if you don't hit $1,000 a day in the next 90 days, then we will keep coaching you for free until you do. So if you're interested in getting started, then I would recommend booking a call down below with our team to see if we're the right fit to help you scale. Typically, this is what the document's going to look like. This is actually for the shower head filter. I did all of this research of studying what my competitors were doing. So I have the different lines for my scripts. Now we'll get into that a little bit later as we cover the ads part, but you can see these are all the best copy that I saw from my competitors. So I wanted to use those lines. I wanted to get the reviews to just highlight, okay, here are the key points that my target audience actually cares about, because that's really the most important way to be able to speak to them directly instead of just guessing. So we see all these different ideas like effortlessly glowing skin, salon results every day from home or for a fraction of the cost. There's so many great things you can do. And then here's me starting to work on the actual description right here. So transform your weak shower into a powerful water stream. That's a great headline. Transformation, great benefits. Now, the next step, once you have your description written out, you got your custom product images, you're doing everything the right way, we have to get to the most important part, which is your ad creatives. Now, usually before I test any product, I'm going to choose 3 to 4 concepts when testing. I usually do 4, but if I was on this tight budget and I would only want to spend about $60 a day, I could see us doing 3 concepts, so an ad group for each concept, and then we do 3 to 4 videos for each concept. So let's say problem solution is one of our ad groups, the next one could be how to, and then the final one could be before and after, and then we have 3 to 4 before and after ads, 3 to 4 how to ads, 3 to 4 problem solution. So hopefully that makes sense, but in order to get that many ads done, we need to start with the scripting process. So for one of the concepts, I chose problem solution, as I saw that low pressure was one of the key problems that a lot of my target audience was dealing with, and want to get that solved. So I wrote out a bunch of different hooks that handle that exact problem, and we can definitely use some of these hooks for the other ads that we are going to create in the same category, the same concept. Now, quick pause, because if you're more on a budget but still want to learn my best strategies and tools for scaling up my own dropshipping stores, then I would recommend my Bold Ecom Discord, which for $99 a month will not only give you a step-by-step course that will teach you everything you need to know to go from 0 to $1,000 a day, including how I find winning products, the tools that I use, Jungle Scout, Manea, PP ads. Those all cost over $750 under $50 a month, but you will get access to them by joining this program, and also get my product page templates, my ad templates that you can copy and paste to test any product and make sales today with. Now, along with all those amazing perks, we do 2 group calls every single week where I'll answer your questions, review your website, review your ads personally, one-on-one, like you have me as your own coach for only $99 a month. Honestly, it is just amazing the amount of value you get. And our other group call is with my coach Antonio, who will do product research live with you so you can see exactly what products we love and what products you should never be testing. And on top of all those amazing things you can see here, we are constantly updating this with new ads that are currently winning so you can get inspiration, new winning products that you can currently test and scale with today, and so many more amazing benefits, all for only $99 a month. So if you're interested, click the link in my description. So I first start with writing your hook because this is 80% of your ad. If you do not get people engaged with this hook, then they're not going to watch the rest of your video, and all that extra work that you do to get the visuals and the perfect script goes to waste. Now, I have a whole video that covers how I do my scripting, how I write my hooks, but the general gist of how to write a high converting hook is you need to invoke curiosity and be specific. Call out your target audience. There should be a large group of people that when they see your hook, if it doesn't apply to them, then they should keep on scrolling. So as we can see, stop scrolling if you're tired of low water pressure. If I don't have that problem, I'm going to keep scrolling, which is perfectly fine. But if I really do have that problem, if that's at the forefront of my mind, then this is going to get my attention. And then usually in a problem solution ad, in the hook, you're going to call out the problem. In the next line, you're going to aggravate the problem a little more and be relatable. And then usually from there, you're going to introduce the product and talk about the benefits and the transformation. So as we can see, stop scrolling if you're tired of low water pressure. I was frustrated. That was the true emotion of how annoying it is to have this constant low pressure showers. And yeah, man, if I dealt with that, oh God, I mean, wouldn't know how to live with myself. I love my showers. I'm actually more of a bubble bath guy. What? It's not gay to have a bubble bath every now and then and play with your little rubber ducky. I mean, I'm trying to have a spa day. I'm trying to pamper myself a little bit. Jeez Louise, you guys are critical. But after that, then we can see I needed a solution, so I found this product on social media. It's an advanced pressure boosting design, transforms even the weakest water pressure into a jet. Now, you can argue this is a little bit salesy because I'm trying to do it from the first person perspective. And then we get into some benefits. So it saves 40% of water while still giving you that spa-like shower experience. It filters your water so you get healthier skin and hair. So great benefits. Each one of these lines answers the question of what's in it for me, and that is the most essential thing. Every line needs to serve a purpose, and it can't just be a generic benefit that really doesn't add too much value to your target audience. And then of course we have our call to action at the end. Now, once you've done this process once for the first ad in the problem solution concept, then again we need 3 more scripts, and you don't have to make completely new scripts. You'll follow the same format of, okay, here's the problem in the hook, we're aggravating, then introduction. You just may say these in slightly different ways. So a second ad in the problem solution concept could be us tackling the problem of skin and hair chemicals. So we could say, stop scrolling if you have dry hair and skin, or if you're constantly dealing with dry hair and skin. Then we can get into, I was constantly frustrated with my skin always being dry, and I didn't know what was happening or why that was the case because I always moisturized. But then I realized it was because of my poor water quality, which is why I decided to get this product, which does X, Y, and Z. So all these benefits we can add at the end, but you can see it's just a slightly different version of the same script, and we're handling a different problem to see which problem actually speaks to our target audience the most. Then from there, you're going to look at the keywords of your product, and you're going to find different clips online. So you can find this on TikTok, you can find this on YouTube Shorts, you can find this from your supplier, you can look up your product on Amazon, and there will be great product demo videos. Usually the whole purpose of going to these different methods and tools is just to get tons of different shots, tons of different visuals of your product, and you may be able to find the one-off video where it's like so good from scratch that you're able to test it just as is and just rip that ad. Now, typically, let's say for instance, I'm going to test with 3 concepts and 4 ads in each one, so that's a total of 12 ads. Typically about 2 to 3 of those ads will be ripped ones where it's just so good already as is, and it's got, yes, 19 million views. Clearly there's purchase demand here, so I just want to test that ad as is. Now, if you want to be able to download these videos from TikTok, then all you have to use is an app like Snaptic, which lets you download videos without the watermark. Now, once you download a bunch of different videos, I usually recommend between 10 to 20 different videos so you have enough visuals for your different scripts, you will notice that some ads are pretty much on the money, but you may make a few tweaks. So this guy had a great ad where basically he's showing the difference between his current shower head, which it's decent, it's all right, but we want the big baller shower head that sprays the skin off of our back. And as you can see, it makes a huge difference. Now, this guy also had some good lines in his script where I didn't even need to have AI reading out my script by any means. It was just already pretty much perfect, but I just needed to cut it up a little bit so that in the hook, I show the problem, then we're showing the difference with our product, and then it's such an easy sell. So let me show you this entire ad.
This is a water pressure test, and this is our original shower head. I hold it about my waist level, and it shoots barely higher than my head. Then I quickly swap it out. With the new shower head, I hold it completely down on the floor, and it still totally drenches my 9-foot ceiling. There's a switch on the back that will change the spray pattern that comes out of this. But if it winds up being too powerful for you, and it just might, you can use the on-off switch to dial in the pressure to exactly what you want. If you want to check it out, I put a link to the one that I'm using down below.
So nothing too crazy in there. You can also argue that in that talking portion, I could have made it a little shorter because some of the lines were a little meh, but it gets the idea across of that before and after concept that we are trying. And I honestly didn't do too much here. I believe the total video itself was about 1:30 seconds. So I chopped it down to 30 seconds. I let him talk during certain parts where he was talking about the benefits of the product. And then in the hook, I added my own text here, which is you won't believe the difference to, again, try to create that curiosity. I want people to be able to watch the entire video. So it sets up the stakes in the beginning, which is really smart to do. And then in terms of the music, I just grabbed this from Epidemic Sound, which is $15 a month. Would I use that if I was on a $1,000 budget? It's either that or I would use a TikTok sound. So you can easily download trending TikTok sounds, which I think would be better. I would probably save my money and not use this. Now, if you are using ads that are heavily scripted and you need an AI voiceover to read it, then I would use 11 Labs. And with their pro plan, I believe it's about $10 a month. Now, that is definitely something that I would use because most of my ads, I am going to have to use a voiceover. And even with that video of that dude, I could probably duplicate his voice and it sounds very realistic. I mean, in that part where he was talking, it even sounded a little bit like an AI voiceover, but it was still convincing enough to get people to realize, oh, this feels natural and authentic. Now, I recently posted a full video of my Facebook media buying strategy from testing to scaling, but if I was on this budget, it would adjust a little bit. So in this case, we'd be spending about $60 a day. So I'd have 3 ad groups, each at $20 a day. Now, in those ad groups, I'd have between 3 to 4 unique creatives. So let's actually set that up right now. So we're gonna go to sales in terms of manual sales campaign. I'm gonna do an ABO instead of CBO. We're gonna turn off catalog. We don't need that. That is one of the most useless things that Facebook has ever created, but we're going to name this the shower head filter or whatever the name of the product is. And then I like to do BEP, which stands for the break even point of my product, which in this case is $25. So I know if an ad group spends $25 without a sale, I am going to kill it. Now, scrolling on down, this first ad set, I usually label my ad sets the name of the concept I'm choosing. So this first one would be our problem solution. Scrolling on down, we're going to select a website, we're going to select our pixel, and we're going to do the purchase event. And then from here, no dynamic creative, we're going to do $20 a day. And I want to set this for 7 a.m. of the next morning. So we're going to do 7, do a little A, and we are good to go. Now, scrolling down for locations, I do like to do the big 4. I did explain that in my other video as to why, because certain locations will perform better and will have less saturation for your specific product that you're selling. Because this product, it's been around for a minute. I'm going to have to differentiate in some way, and maybe that's going to be through the location. Now, scrolling on down in terms of Advantage Plus placements, I'm going to keep that the way it is. Original audience, I am going to select that for now and see if there's any customizations. 1865, all genders. I would actually say we're fine. We don't need to make any specifications. I'm not going to do interests. I think interests are absolutely outdated and they don't work anywhere near as well as broad. Now, going to the ads, we are going to upload all the individual ads that we made. So we're going to add one video at a time. So let's scroll on down and do that. So we can see here, this is our first concept, which was the pressure test before and after concept. So we're going to upload that. And then when it comes to making the ad copy, I would just use a ChatGPT prompt and whip up something very simple. So I'm going to label this as pressure test 1 because we're actually going to do the pressure test ad group first. So let me relabel this over to pressure test. And as we have done that, we can scroll on down. So this is all the settings that I do. I'm not doing catalog. God, catalog, disgusting, Dinkelberg. And as we scroll on down, so we have 2 different primary texts. They're very simple. I mean, you can do one if you want. I don't think that's really the big play to be split testing. Have a headline here of social proof. And then of course, we are going to have our website link down below. And once you've done that, I'm going to create 3 duplicates. And in these new duplicates, the only difference are the other videos that we made for this specific concept. So now that we have all 4 of our unique ads for the pressure test ad group, we are going to duplicate this 2 times. And then in the other 2, The only difference again are going to be the ad creatives inside. So that was one for pressure test. Now we actually have to do the problem solution ads. So we're going to upload those. So as we can see right here, here's problem solution, and we're going to upload that just like this. Make sure obviously the aspect ratio and everything is solid. Usually for Facebook, you want to make your ads 4:5. That's typically the best ratio, or 1:1. So keep that in mind when you are editing in CapCut, which usually is naturally 9:16 if you're testing on TikTok.
If your old shower head sucks.
So we can see this right here. It's looking pretty good. We got our visuals, the before. Gah, disgusting. Ugh, that looks like me after a Taco Bell night, not gonna lie. But everything looks pretty good here. So we got all of our problem solutions. So the final one in this ad group is gonna be the other concept that we chose, which I believe in this case was the how-to. So once you upload all of your ads, you have it set up. It's $20 a day into each ad group, which is $60 a day in total. The next step is to let this run typically for at least a day. I would never kill a product until it's at least spent about $100 to $150 in most cases. But if I was really on this strict budget, I would say after a day, so we spent that $60, it needs to at least show you some life. So we need to see some add to cart, some good link clicks. Now I have a whole video that covers in that Facebook media buying strategy what are the key numbers I look for and what are good baseline numbers. So for instance, cost per link click, I usually want to be at around 75 cents. I want to get specific add to cart numbers. But in general, in day one, you have to see life. So either that is through purchases or add to cart. So if you spent the $60 and you have neither of those, you're going to have to kill it and you're going to have to move on to the next product. You have to be ruthless when you're on a budget like this. However, if after that first day, you got some add to carts, you got a purchase or two, then of course, keep spending. And then once you've reached your break even, so let's say for instance, the break even on this was $25. So once the pressure test has spent $25, but it has no purchase, we're going to kill it. Now, if it does have a purchase and it's spent $25, then we're going to keep letting it spend to at least $50 before it gets that second purchase. Now, if it doesn't get a second purchase by 50, we're going to kill it. And obviously, if everything is working, and let's say the problem solution ad group has multiple purchases and it is very profitable, then the first thing I would do is vertically scale up the budget from $20 to $25, which I know isn't crazy, but hey, we're on a budget, so we have to be mindful. We have to be very demure with what we're doing here. I know, put a bullet in my head. I'm sorry I did that to you guys, but that would be the first way I try to scale, which is vertically, and that is the smart way of doing it through minor budget increases of about 20 to 25% a day if things are profitable. Now, the next way I would try to scale a winning creative is by duplicating it into its own scaling CBO, which in this case, because we're on more of a budget, we don't have as much to risk. I'm going to refresh, but basically what I would do is duplicate this ad into a new CBO and have 3 ad groups with just that one creative inside. So let's say hypothetically, as we're going on here, problem solution, we see that problem solution 3, that ad is absolutely killing it. That is our big winner. So we're going to create a new campaign. We're going to label it problem solution 3, and then we're going to do a CBO at $50 a day. So as we set this up, we're going to click on name of ad set. We're going to do broad. And then in terms of copies, we're just going to have one creative inside. So it's one copy. And this is our all new campaign. So from here, we're going to need to select CBO. We're going to turn this to $50 a day. And then all we're going to do from here is duplicate this ad group 2 times. So that way we have 3 ad groups that are all identical with that one creative inside. And that's how we're going to start to scale. And it's just the same rules where if it spends to your break even, so let's say we let this campaign run, it spent $25, which is our break even, no sales, we're going to turn it off. Then of course, that means you're spending now $50 a day more profitably, and that'll let you scale to even higher numbers. Now, the other way I would recommend scaling is through in the same campaign. So if we go back to our original campaign, what you can do is, okay, let's say for instance, and I'm going to have to refresh this because it's glitching out, but let's say again, the problem solution ad group is the one that's working the best. What we can do is in the same campaign, we can click on this ad group, click duplicate, and we can make 2 new copies, and we could set it at a higher budget. So in this case, we could keep it at $25 a day, or we could start at, let's say, $40 a day. And through there, we're spending $80 more, which I know is a big risk, but you have to take risk. No risk, no Rari, ladies and gents. And you got to risk it for the biscuit. So for me, I think this is a very smart test of, okay, you have something that works. We need to find a way to spend more money into it so we can duplicate that same ad group in the same campaign, make 2 duplicates of it. And all we're going to do from here is click on publish. And I want to turn off all the other ads that are not that winning ad. So let's say, for instance, if we go back, problem solution 2 is our winning ad. So I'm going to refresh, let that publish. It's going to take a little bit of time. But as we can see right here, we have our 2 new copies of our winning ad group. And inside of these, what I would do is I would turn off all the other ads that were not the winning one. So problem solution 2 was my winning ad. Then 3 is going to be turned off. 4 is going to be turned off. 1 is going to be turned off. So I just turn them off like this. and we're just gonna let all of that money funnel into the winning ad creative. And Pookie, when I test products, I usually have about a 10 to 20% success rate when I'm using Shrine and I'm testing with this many ads. And if we are doing this media buying strategy, we can easily test about 10 to 12 products. And I can guarantee in those 10 to 12, we are gonna have one winner that we can scale. And that's exactly how I take $1,000, even if my gold digging Latina wifey freezed up all my bank accounts, and still get my fortune right back. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you leave a like and comment down below for more video ideas that you wanna see. And I'll see you in the next one.